Cassie and I went over there to the 81st Mortar reunion. They come to our show every year. They have a reunion, and they book tickets and come to the show. So I know these guys, most of them. They fought in Vietnam together. They were part of Operation Starlight. If you Google Operation Starlight, that's these guys. The first ground defense, U.S. military solo ground defense in Vietnam. This is them. But we sat down, and my buddy Valley, which is one of the vets, he took a camera over there and took photos of. He documented everything he did on patrol, where they slept, on getting haircut. Just he had 3 photo albums, 5 inches thick, full of just Polaroids. Wow. Just the stories. I can't even. I sat there for 2 hours and just heard stories from these guys, and they were there for 13 months. Wow. This other gentleman, he was a medic, put together a book, and he wrote over 23 letters to his best friend back home. Well, a few years ago, his buddy passed away. He went to his buddy's funeral, and the wife of his buddy said, I still have all the letters you wrote when you were in Nam. Oh, would you like them? So he got all those letters. Cassie started reading one. I looked over, and she was just sobbing. It was quite something. It's just really touching to hear. I think everybody should sit down with a group of veterans or a handful of veterans.
100%.
And really understand that they were real people going through real stuff to fight for our freedom. It was amazing. It was just, anyhow, we got a lot of that captured on video.
Oh my God, he's really good. Hey.
$500.
Y'all know who this is? I know.
Is this where all the Navy men are, or is this?
Oh.
That's a bid going on, so just keep bidding. Standing there.
So like your first day in, you get this pen, and you first minute you get ready to get your butt straightened up.
You step off that butt, they'll put you right on them footprints, and they start on you immediately.
They're probably pretty easy on you, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't know about
You wouldn't know about that. What's this guy got on? My lights don't end where your feelings begin. Look at that shirt. I love it. Hey, that's very appropriate.
Yep. There you go. You wouldn't tell. The picture right there.
Who's this?
Believe it or not, that's me.
That's you out there? This is you.
Uh-huh.
What year was that?
That would have been about 65.
And how old were you there?
Oh, let's see. Probably 19.
So this is what y'all specialized in.
Yes. That's Rocky. That's the guy that covered my butt while I was over, and I tried to cover his.
Yeah.
He is our A gunner. Every one of us is trained, but what they do, the poor people that's on this gun, the fastest man is the gunner, the second fastest man, A gunner, the next 2 are ammo carriers, but all 4 of us can fire.
So y'all just drop a shell in there and it would
Right.
fire it out.
There may be some pictures on in here where we're holding the round right above it, because it's got a bore riding pin. When it goes down, it hits a firing pin in the bottom of this barrel, and then as it comes out of the barrel, that pin flies out in the side of that round, and that's when the round becomes armed.
It's armed. So it's like a grenade. When you pull the pin, it's live.
Yeah, it is.
Along with that, how far would that send a mortar? How far would that travel?
We could fire a good 1 mile.
That thing would shoot a mile away.
And it had, if we were using HE, it had a 35-yard killing radius. Here's a gun pit, one of the types of gun pits we had. That's me on.
That's you right there?
That's me on the M60 standing watch.
That's a bad machine there.
Yeah, it was. At M60 that's what we stood watch with.
Wow.
There's the M60. That ship right there, that's a wooden minesweeper. About 3 o'clock in the morning, we were across the dock from there, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, they hollered at us to come up. That ship was on fire, and we fought fire from 3 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock the next day, and they finally knocked a hole in the side of her. and sunk her to put the fire out because it was about to get down into the diesel tanks and some.
So y'all,
and some ammo.
they intentionally sunk it?
No. This is some way it just caught on fire and they called us out of the ship to call the fire.
I got you.
I was hollering gun up right there.
Now that looks like they got a naked booty.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's our bath area.
Was that you?
No, that was another guy. I'd sneak up with the camera and I had to watch over my shoulder from then on, boy. They'd be after me.
No way.
I'll get you for that one, Val.
Now you took all these pictures?
Yes, sir. I know his name.
Is he still mad at you about this?
Probably.
So that means it just rained nonstop for
It did.
how many days?
Usually for a whole month we'd be fighting rain and monsoon season.
So y'all are out just like every day in this stuff?
Here? Yep. Every day.
Gee.
We're out on.
Look at your camp underwater.
Yeah. During monsoon it is.
Oh, Rocky.
I showing him one of those. You remember how you used to take the string, put it in a circle, and make grandma's ladder? and
Yeah,
all
you do
that,
look
that
between the
circle
fingers.
and all that. Yeah. My mother hated these pictures right here.
Why?
Because she said you look just like you were dead. And she did. She hated that picture. She said you can take that, but you get rid of it.
I can see that.
Hey, we were just taking a 15-minute break. There's our
That's one cruise right there.
That's it. And except for me, and I'm taking the picture.
Right.
Y'all are stoked.
Big time. Look at these arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time we had a reunion, I said, man, I'm ready to go because I remember what these guys looked like over there. When I got here, I found out they were all fat and ugly. Just like me. It didn't matter anymore. Okay, y'all all look like I do now. I had a base plate and half a base plate, 3 rounds of ammo strapped on a pack board on there, plus all my own personal equipment, my rifle, ammo belt, all that. So every time we go out on operation, stay for a week just hiking through the boonies and stuff.
Carrying an extra
I was carrying 100 pounds on me, plus my own, and I weighed about 140 myself. And our food was sea ration, so you didn't gain no weight on sea ration.
I'm sure you didn't, especially if you're burning that many calories, right?
Yeah.
You got any naked pictures of that guy in this book or no?
Well, remember I told you I caught Rocky one day?
Oh my God.
If he hadn't got those up and he threatened me, I really had to watch my back.
Look at this one, Cass. Look at this one here.
That's our shower. You see one guy in the shower down here? See, we'd go in groups because somebody had to take this bucket of water and pour it up here in this barrel, and the other guy get the shower. So that was our shower over there.
Was it clean fresh water?
Yeah, we had, because there was a little stream down through there, and we'd carry water, and plus it was down in the hole, and sometimes you could dig down and get water. Here in 1941, 1942, and that was what we were eating.
So in Vietnam, they were giving you leftover food from World War II.
Yeah, see that.
Hey, my daughter throws out our SpaghettiOs if they're 2 days past the expiration date. These guys ate food that was 20 years old sitting in a can.
Little bottle of Louisiana hot sauce, you would never know how good we ate.
You picking and singing? What are you singing?
No,
What was you singing there? I wanna go. Home. That's what you called your tents, hooches?
Yeah,
Usually it's two ponchos.
that's why I said,
You tie
That's a poncho?
your ponchos together.
see the hood right here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Two
Wait,
of
they
us.
didn't give you tents?
No.
Well, they expect you to sleep
There's
under.
mine and Rocky's right here.
Rain, the water was up to his knees.
Were y'all just laying on the ground and have
Air mattress.
air mattress?
One day they hollered, take a break, everybody spread out because there's, one round hits y'all if they was to go more around. So I saw this tree over and I'd always sit down and lean back, take weight off my back. And I sat down and leaned back at that tree and I sat there all rested and everything. And I just happened to look down beside me and the only clean place was where I was sitting. There was punji steak all around me.
There was what?
Punji steak.
What's that?
Punji steak is a little bamboo piece about that wide, about that long, sharpened on the tip,
Razor sharp.
razor sharp.
Oh, they
And
set
they
up there
dip
as a
it. They
trap?
dip it in They dip it in poop and everything else to make it infected. Yeah. And they had them all stuck in the ground, sticking up. Only clean place was exactly where I was at.
I mean, they would all puncture right into your
They-
butt.
oh, yeah.
So they get this bamboo, they sharpen it up, put stuff on it, and then plant it in the ground so then people
Yeah, put it in a hole.
Usually when you step on it,
They put leaves over.
and you fall into
Oh.
it.
Yeah. This way, sometimes they'd make what was called a Malayan whip. You going through the jungle forest, they'd pull a limb around real tight, tie it off with a trigger, and they'd put them bungee stakes all pointed out so when you tripped it, it'd come around and slap you right there. We took care of each other, but we took special care of him.
He was your doctor, wasn't he?
He's our doctor. That's the corpsman. Well, Rocky always took a lot of photos, and he taught me in a camera. And there's a picture of the guy that I bought a camera from. For it was a 1.8 P3, 35 millimeter. Okay. That is the ship that took us over. And instead of making a beach landing this time, they put us aboard a helicopter, flew us 3 miles inland. Next morning, we were still at sea. About the third day out, they took us down on the hangar deck down here. That's the hangar deck down in below. And we were all in a big line down through there, and we was going down through there chit-chatting and everything. And, well, wonder what they're doing, wonder what we're doing this time, you know, and mumbling and grumbling. Finally, we got up there about halfway down that line, and I looked down there, and I said, oh. I turned around to the guy behind me, and I said, you know that rumor we was talking about a minute ago about Vietnam? Yeah, what about it? That may be true. Why you say that? I said, look up there. They're issuing live ammunition. So now it's getting serious.
Wait, you didn't even know they were dropping you off there until then?
We didn't know.
they never tell you
No.
ahead of time.
Wait, so but how far out from Nam was you? When,
Well, the very next day after they issued that live ammo, we was going to shore.
so you was within a day of
Oh yeah, we
Getting
probably
dropped
a
off.
half a day. We was probably a half day out.
By the way, here's live ammo dropped off and
Yeah,
gone.
but see, none of us had live ammo. You know, they don't give you that till it gets serious. Then they start issuing you live ammo.
Wait, so other than training, that was the first time y'all ever had in a real scenario with live ammo is when they dropped you off in Nam. Here's some real bullets. Go get them.
That's about what it's about.
This was a little village they were at over there, and this little girl like followed him around everywhere. He tried to adopt her. Is that what you said?
Yeah. She had no parents. I don't know if they were killed or what, but I followed her back one day to see where she was living. And it was just like a lean-to, some boards leaned up against the wall. And that's where, and I went and bought her some clothes and shoes because she didn't have no shoes. She was barefoot.
And look at this.
That's another picture of her. Full-fledged meal right there.
He got some 25-year-old lima beans in his mouth right there. Good.
Yeah, fruitcake.
Fruitcake, man. That 1947 fruitcake in a can was delicious.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Another haircut.
Another haircut.
Okay, you didn't.
See this right here? The little story behind that. You've seen the movie with John Wayne, where they had the guy in there that could slip out and come back with all kinds of stuff. He was a horse trader like, he'd come back with stuff. We had a guy like that.
Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
So if you ever needed anything, what's his name would have he'd get it for you.
We was close to an air base, and that rascal showed up one day with a bunch of steaks. And we went out and built us a grill, and we grilled steaks that one day. That's what we're all out there eating steak that he pilfered somewhere.
You reckon?
He would always say, "Don't ask."
I was going to say, you reckon it was beef or you don't know?
Well, we know it was beef, but we know he raided it from that airstrip somewhere. Them airmen, they always ate good.
Don't ask.
4-wheel drive. And Tom right there, they had a 106. This guy right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
They had a 106 mounted on one of these things. A 106 howitzer? Is that the way?
106. Like,
Recoilless rifle. Okay, that's right.
it was about 6 inches from my head. This is just had a minute to show the ball.
Oh, it likes.
The shrapnel went right through it.
Holy cow.
That's how close you come to not making it back.
Yeah.
I can remember when this went through my shoe. It didn't touch me.
Holy cow. Secret, if anybody ever shoots at you, Okay. If you can hear that round going by, whiz, 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 it's more than 2 foot from you. If you quit hearing that sound, you better start getting lower because then it's getting closer to you. If it's within 2 foot of you, you'll never hear it.
I hope I never have to take your advice.
I didn't get as close as him, but I've had limbs clipped off right around my head.
Woo. I don't want to hear none of that.
It's my hot rod right before I got out.
Is that a Plymouth?
That's a 63 Ford Galaxy
Whoa.
convertible.
No wonder you got all the chicks.
She was on the plane that brought us home. She was the stewardess on that.
Oh, you
plane.
flew commercial back?
They flew us back. I flew in an American airline from Naha, Okinawa.
Look like Pepe Le Pew out there. Look at
I was sending souvenirs home to Mom, and that was a jacket that I got from Dad from one of the little Vales.
That's your bathroom?
That's Baptist.
Yeah, it's an artillery casing stuck in the ground.
Y'all just went and pooped in it or what?
No, that was Tinkletherium there. Went there and got souvenirs and bottles of booze that we wasn't really supposed to have. You know, we didn't even know the name of it.
Well, most of y'all wasn't even of age to drink, was you?
Right, but they didn't care.
Well, no, I mean,
Couldn't vote either.
you deserve something. You deserve a
Yeah.
drink.
That's the guy that I went on R&R with. And I must have had a good time because I spent $300 in 3 days in Hong Kong. So I must have had a heck of a time. I'll tell you what, the night I got back, there was a party in that area that wouldn't quit.
That's so funny.
Guys, they're getting out to pray.
How you gonna get up? I don't know.